Based on the security model which was built in terms of access to the data, engagement team member would have a set of engagements which he would be part of, he or she would be part of, and then they would have a customized dashboard which would be listing down all the engagements which they are part of. They could select appropriate companies to select to drive the reporting. And if you look at this is interactive. So whenever you select the client name, appropriate data would be reflected for all the dashboards. They could also drill down to the business level, unit level, to understand type of data which is present in the system, and how they can manage that information. They had a custom view in terms of application access as well. They would have their dashboards, their approvals in terms of approving or reviewing certain legal entity reports which were generated based on jurisdiction, as well as the reporting obligation type, which is the regime. They could either go ahead and review the reports for a particular client. They would be able to look at the reports which were generated within generated tickets. They can suggest some modifications and push it back to the operations teams to work on that information. They also had an option to load legal entity data. They could go ahead and create new data file cases, which was again integrated with our SharePoint site, wherein the data dump automatically is imported, ingested into ServiceNow, and appropriate attributes are mapped and records are created within ServiceNow. You can also do it manually if you're an engagement manager or the operations person. So that's the engagement team member view. When we go back to the dashboard of the engagement team member, you would have client name, business units they are supporting, the jurisdictions which they are supporting, regime tax year. They would also have a jurisdiction summary which would give them a view of all the dashboards, all the reporting in terms of statutory due date, the states of each of those filings, whether they are pending with EY or pending with the customer or the client. They could go ahead and review that information. And all this data is only limited to their engagements. In case I'm a part of 3 client engagements, I would only have information for those engagements.